problems, ask your questions. Just raise your hand and say Salakia. Otherwise, we're gonna get to it. Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Shad Rakatham to all my brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar. Alatham by Shemel Shad to all my sisters. It's I.S.U.P.K, Minneapolis. We are here teaching the Brotherhood class, and today we're just going to get into something a little simple and brief. Of course, we've been seeing headline news about the whole controversy between the NFL and, with the agents and black people trying to pretty much take over some things in the NFL. Well, is it? No, it's NFL or no NBA.
That's the NBA, as far as the agents.
But yeah, as far as the agents, that's the NBA. The NFL, you got rappers who's trying to make moves in the NFL game. See what I'm saying? But really, understand like the man Jay-Z. For example, Jay-Z is just what they call a token Negro, somebody that they can use in order to get more money. What's wrong? Go ahead. You know what I mean? Jay-Z is just pretty much a pawn in the white man's game, or should I say the oppressor? Because that's the words that we got to use now. It's a lot for the young men and for the troopers and sisters. You know what I mean? Because they trying to shut us down on YouTube, trying to shut us down all over social media sites. You know what I mean? So first things first, of course, I don't only want to talk about just Jay-Z. I like to talk about a lot of other people. Has anybody seen the video about I.S.U.P.K? When he's dancing in the crowd at a little festival?
I see it.
You see what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people might take that as what?
That's cool.
Okay, you would, because you're in the truth. But people in the world, how would they take that? Because a lot of people gave it a lot of hype. So what does that say about that? Go ahead.
I guess they saying he partying or whatever.
He partying, he having a good time. See what I'm saying? He partying, having a good time. You see what I'm saying? He's he's having fun. He's enjoying himself. The dancing was absolutely homosexual. It looked very feminine. I mean, there's a way for a man to dance, but you ain't got to look like sis at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Be manly, be masculine about it. But the thing is, for our standpoint, of course, and I will show y'all the video later. You know what I mean? The fact that headline news, like somebody in the room, tell me everything that's been going on for this past week or two. And I'll explain to you why I'm bringing this out. Go ahead. Okay, it's a great news app. It's called Newsbreak. And once you you necessarily ain't got to put your location in, but if you want to look at the news as far as a different city or your own city, you'll get flooded with a lot of news. And I get flood of news articles about Minnesota specifically. See what I'm saying? I see niggas dying in St. Paul. I thought St. Paul was heaven over there. You know what I mean? But now people was dying all over in Minneapolis. Almost every day, it's a new body being found or somebody's being shot over there. You know what I mean? That's very important. That just means that we have work to do. You know what I mean? The fact that we're working, we're trying to keep the blood off of anybody's hands. And that's very important, right? The fact that we are in these classes to show how important it is, our job is. And of course, it comes with sacrifices. You're going to have to let go of things. You're going to have to learn things in order to apply it to your own life, in order to bring it down, for generations to somebody else's life, meaning within Israel, right? And one of these murders, I saw someone that I used to go to school with. This time he didn't die. This time he's in jail for 40 years because he killed a 16-year-old. You see what I'm saying? Over North Minneapolis. And I'm like, I know exactly who this is. And I'm just like, it doesn't make no sense. I was like, he's been a hothead ever since I knew the brother in middle school. You see what I'm saying? I was like, it's sad because he's a child himself. See what I'm saying? That's how I look at him, as a child. Now a child is in jail behind a childish act. See what I'm saying? The lack of brotherhood is the reason why he's in jail. Because he killed somebody that looks just like him. He killed his own brother, thinking that it was his enemy. Now let me get back to the point. Who is it? Does anybody know who Ricky Smiley is? Now, Ricky Smiley, you know, he's a comedian. He's a lot of things, right? He's famous for a lot of things, but the main thing is he is not a black leader for the black community, because he came out with an article and said that he believes that the Bible oppresses black people. Now, that's not all the way wrong, right? The white man uses the Bible to oppress black and Hispanic people. That's why Christianity is so popular, so famous, and it flourishes, and it's so delicious to everybody. That's why everybody eats it up. You want to say something?
So like, yeah, I wanted to say it like that because, you know, a lot of brothers ain't never even read the Bible. First of all, they just go back, like go off the Christianity aspect of it. They think Jesus is white. They think that everything is white in the Bible because they never read it for themselves. And then not only that, you got the Muslims. Everybody's trying to discredit the Bible. And
you know, it's funny. Still, like, if I may, even the Muslims are Christians. You know how? Because in the month of December, they celebrate Christmas.
Right.
There are pictures of them having a big floaty of what that damn thing is? Not Jesus. I damn near said Satan. It didn't say. No. What was it? Santa Claus. For Christmas. You know, me saying Santa Claus, I think of Satan sometimes. You know what I mean? Because I've seen some dumb shit on the internet. You know what I mean? But it is satanic though. See what I'm saying? To believe in some red man. Wow, he was white. Yeah. You know, some white man who's big and fat and who's wearing this furry robe to come down your chimney, pretty much breaking your house. So you believe in this man breaking in your house, and you know he's waiting for the milk and the cookies and stuff like that, and presents, like he's coming to rob and rape and kill you.
Right.
That's it. But the whole point I'm making is that, you know, even the Muslims are Christians. But the whole thing is his comments. If you read the article, you just see how disgusting and stupid he really is. You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people should not open up their mouths to speak upon Black and Hispanic people's lives. Not at all. And there's a scripture about that. And there's a scripture about how damaging it can be. So I'm going to get that in a second, but I want to get into Mark, the 10th chapter. And let me show you where I want to go. Thought I wrote down. Get Mark 10 and 13.
Okay.
And if y'all don't understand something in class, always, you know, ask questions. You know, if you need a thorough breakdown of something that you don't understand, you can just simply, you know, ask, like, I don't understand what you're talking about, things of that sort. Go ahead,
Okay. Book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 13. Mm-hmm. And they brought young children to him.
Say it again.
And they brought young children to him, mm-hmm, that he should touch them. And his disciples rebuked those that brought them.
Now, so right now, I mean, a lot of this is what you're gonna read is it's gonna display a example, but it's a checking, it's an example, and it's also a parable. Does anybody know what a parable is? Go ahead up.
Parable is like a metaphor. You gotta read between the lines.
And in a sense, it's close.
Like it can mean something, say something, and mean something else.
Okay, good.
Or like a phrase.
Not a phrase. It's kind of more on to what the brother was saying. A parable is a spiritual teaching. So when you're being taught something, there's lessons, right? See what I'm saying? When you have a teacher, they teach lessons. See what I'm saying? So it's a spiritual teaching, meaning that, you know what I mean? So based on what he says, I'll give you the rundown. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you the rundown on what he's pretty much saying. So way before the very first verse, all the way down to the 12th verse, he's pretty much telling people, you know, that you shouldn't be sinning. See what I'm saying? And he's battling the Pharisees because they're trying to catch him up again. They're trying to tempt him to say the wrong thing. You know what I mean? To see if Christ knows what the hell he's talking about or he's not. They're trying to find a reason to, blame him. They're trying to find a reason to discredit him and just put him up in the jam. But of course, he answered those questions. It talks about, the law of Moses as far as the adultery goes. You know what I'm talking about? With the law of divorcement. Right? So I'll get into that another time when we talk about sex and marriage, or sex, marriage, and divorce, because that all ties into it, right? So just fast forward, if you read that one more time.
Okay.
So as he's teaching at this point, this is when the kids are around them, amongst them. Go ahead.
And they brought young children to him, that he should touch them. And his disciples rebuked those that brought them.
Now, what does the word rebuke mean? Go ahead.
Or to correct.
To correct? So what do you think the disciples were saying to the children?
Well, he said they don't say who brought the children to him. They say they brought the children to him. So is the disciples rebuking the children?
Oh, select. My bad. The disciples is rebuking the people that brought, right. Any random person that brought the children to see what's going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Listen to, this man Christ speak. You know what I mean? But keep going.
Verse 14. But when Jesus saw it, he was much displeased and said unto them, suffer the little children to come unto me, and forbid them not, for of such is the kingdom of God. Now, so far, what do you think that's going to go into? I'm going to show you why this is very important for the class. Go ahead.
I think the house shot seen, he seen something going wrong. That's why he said the disciples rebuked those who brought him. He seen something bad going on, so they try to stop it. Like you said, the brother said, rebuke me and stop it. So you have a shot saw it, and displeased. He felt like, what's going on?
Okay, that's what I like that answer. Go ahead. It's like I was smiling because of you. Because you ready, like, yeah, I got the answer.
No, I was trying to.
That's good.
There's so much, this can go a lot of different ways.
It can go a lot of different ways, you're right. So keep going.
So I'm trying to, so was they trying to bring the little kids to him like he was going to touch on them like that?
No. Of course not. You don't want to ever think it's perverted. When it says touch them, see what I'm saying? Touch them in the sense of what he's talking about.
Right, like to touch their spirit.
Right. Okay. See what I'm saying? Of course, But
they be trying to throw some bull at Jesus the whole time.
Christians do that.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And the Pharisees and Sadducees were definitely Christians.
Right.
All right, so keep going.
All right, verse 15. Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child, he shall not enter therein. Now,
what does that mean? That should give you a lot of perspective. Go ahead.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? In the law, got the commandment, you know what I'm saying? You can enter the kingdom.
Oh, shit. Okay, go ahead.
Or like, normally, like, when they talk about like little children, like you got to teach them, you know what I'm saying? So he's basically telling them like, same way them little children got to be treated, be taught. Y'all grown, you need to be retaught like them little children.
So in a nutshell, what is he really saying?
Like y'all need to be born again.
There you go, give him that. There you go. Absolutely. You got to be reborn again. See what I'm saying? And a lot of people, this shit will go over people's heads. Because they like, what do you mean? You saying I gotta be a child in order to enter to the kingdom of heaven? We're like, what are you saying? Like I'm a grown ass man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I got my, you telling me like I'm the father, but my child born, but I can?
Right.
I mean, a lot of people could think like that. And I've heard things like that, which is very idiotic and stupid. You know what I mean? And that just shows the carnality of a person. Carnality just means flesh. All right, you see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 16. And he took them up in his arms and put his hands upon them and blessed them.
Actually, no. Go to verse 21.
Come on. Verse 21.
And by the way, what you're reading right here, you can also find in Matthew as well. All right, go ahead.
Then Jesus, beholding them, loved them, and said unto him, one thing thou lackest, go thy way, sell whatsoever thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven.
Now stop right there. The reason why I have you stop right there is because before this, right, Yahawashi is telling somebody to stop sinning. Because, you know, in verse 19, it says, don't commit adultery, don't kill, steal, bear false witness, defraud, honor thy mother and thy father. The reason why he's telling that is because that's what he needs to do. That's the job. That's the order. But he says that one thing he lacks. Read that one more time.
Come. One thing thou lackest, go thy way, sell whatsoever thou hast, and give to the poor.
Now, the thing is, this man lacks is the fact that he is too entangled
with his money,
with his riches. Yeah. See what I'm saying? With the luxuries, with the, you know, other things that are, you know, desired by the eye, meaning vain things, vanity. See what I'm saying? Keep going.
And give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasures in heaven.
Now, let me stop right there. It's like, the reason why this scripture is very important is because there are people in the Black community, once again, that say that they will lose their life for their own people, but they hold on to something. They don't make sacrifices how you will make a sacrifice, how you will or how you will, any of us in this room. See what I'm saying? Because when it comes to serving the Lord, you have to be in the spirit. You have to walk by the spirit and not the flesh. Yeah. So what does that mean? Anybody? What does that mean?
It's a lot what you just said.
Yeah. What does it mean to walk in the spirit, but not by the flesh? Go ahead. That is part of the Holy Spirit. So she pretty much said it. That's the Holy Spirit. See what I'm saying? You have to have the spirit of the Most High. You have to, like, whatever He wants for you, you should want. Whatever He hates, you should hate. See what I'm saying? I believe David said that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the Lord loves, you should love as well. You know what I mean? You are, although you are in a body that screams for desire, it screams for anything. You know, a kid is so in love with his toys because his toys are his idols. Her toys is the idols. Wow. You know what I'm saying? You know, our kids, they fuss and fight and they would do anything for junk food. They would eat the junk food first before they eat the real food. See what I'm saying? They want the thing like, you know, that's why we have to learn this. We have to learn how to not listen to our flesh, but do what is right in the spirit of the Most High. That's why we all get taught. We all have to go through these classes. See what I'm saying? We all got to learn, you know, examples and learning the experience of life. Being in Y.A.H.N.N, you are going to learn a lot. And you are going to live and you're not going to die. And that's a good thing. See what I'm saying? That's a good thing. If you think that you're going to live in this wicked world, then not very long. If you escaped it, the Most High is with you. If you escaped it, meaning that you never got caught up and killed, you never got that bullet, you know, in your head because you were sleeping with someone that you already knew was with a man. If you never got locked up and you just happened to come into these classes, you are a blessed man or a blessed woman. See what I'm saying? And the Most High is dealing with you. See what I'm saying? The Most High is requiring something out of you to do the work of the Lord, do the work of Him. See what I'm saying? But this man asked them, actually go to verse 18.
Come. Verse 18. And Jesus said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one. That is God.
That is who?
That is God.
That is God. Why do you think Yahawashi said that? And if you could, I'd like for you to say Yahawashi as well. Go ahead.
Like the sister says, he was doing everything that the Lord told him to do. So he gave all credit to Most High. Yahweh.
Also, I like that answer. That's not bad, nor is it wrong. Give me another reason why. Anybody?
That's the question again.
Why do you think Yahushua said when he said to that brother, I mean, to that person that he was talking to, which I'm sure it was a brother, of course. Go ahead.
Because if Yahweh at the same time he wouldn't be going to work.
Yes, I like that. Okay. There's a scripture that talks about, okay. What's the scripture? Let every, I'm paraphrasing when it talks like for example, we are, I mean, Yahushua was flesh and bone, right? Meaning he had a flesh. See what I'm saying? He said, look, don't call me good because I can change up anytime, any day.
Right.
You know what I mean? It talks about in the scripture in Isaiah how, you know, we are like, you know, man, what did it say? It's like something about the filthy rags. You see what I'm saying? About how right now you can be righteous, but tomorrow you can be wicked. Oh, our righteousness is as a filthy rag. You see what I'm saying? Meaning you can just be in this thing for years. You can be doing this all your life. But at the end of the day, the Most High is the one that you want to call good. See what I'm saying? I'm saying the things that my Father has told me, has taught me. See what I'm saying? I'm doing his work. This ain't me. You glorify him. And him saying that too is simply, you know, him just giving credit to the Most High, like you said. For example, when we compliment each other, what do most brothers say? Most High in Christ. You see what I'm saying? Or we say, you know, I ain't shit. That's how we see it. I ain't, hey, you saying I ain't shit. You know, that's the Lord. See what I'm saying? And it is. All right. So read it one more time.
Verse 18. And Jesus said unto him,
Yahushua.
And Yahushua said to him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one. That is Yahweh.
Say it one more time. There is what?
That is Yahweh.
So like a little bit before that.
There is none good but one. That is Yahweh.
There's one good but one. That is Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Thou knowest the commandments. Do not commit adultery.
Now, after he gave credit to the Most High, he's telling him these are the things that he should not do. See what I'm saying? Keep going.
Do not kill.
Do not kill. Meaning, like, so does that mean that if someone is trying to take your life, don't try to fight for your life?
Wow.
When it says do not kill, what does that mean?
It basically means like don't be a murderer.
Don't be a murderer, period. See what I'm saying? Not just to your own people, but period. See what I'm saying? Don't go ahead and say, you know, all my people going through hell, police brutality. I'm about to shoot up this white man.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't be simple. You can't be simple. You know, and that's very easy, right? But the Most High said that he's going to handle that business. What you need to do is do these things first. You do this, and the Most High will take care of the white man. He's going to get the killer of Eric Gardner. He's going to come to his doorstep. When I say come to his doorstep, I mean he's going to meet him as a man. He's going to deal with him. You see what I'm saying? Who else? I'm trying to think of these cop killers. Or what's the other one? The fake cop that killed Trayvon Martin. George Zimmerman. I do not like that devil. George Zimmerman. The man that killed Officer Sterling. Shot him as they was both laying on the ground. He said he tried to reach for his gun. They always say that, right? The same man that killed Jamar Clark. The Most High is going to deal with that. But this is what we need to do. Go ahead, read it one more time.
Thou knowest the commandments. Do not commit adultery.
So like to read that one more time. Say something about the commandments.
Thou knowest the commandments. Do not commit adultery.
Here you go. He's bringing up the commandments. See what I'm saying? And those commandments is just that. He's reminding him, this is what needs to be done. Keep going.
Do not commit adultery.
Do not commit adultery. What is adultery? Go ahead.
Like adultery is you a man who's a married woman.
Okay.
You a woman who's a married man.
Unlawful sex.
Unlawful sex. But how you just said, say what you said one more time.
The man, you know what I'm saying, don't sleep with a woman that, you know what I'm saying, that's married.
I want to hear
unlawful sex.
Right, but I want to hear the woman part.
If you're a woman, don't sleep with a man.
A man that's not yours. That's not hers.
Right.
Come on, no sweat. What? You want to say something?
Yeah, it's like but basically what you were trying to get, because actually a woman can have sex with a married man. That'd be her husband too. Now she's married already. She can't go out having sex with no man.
Right.
No sweat. Yep, there you go. And I did that on purpose. I want you to see that. No sweat. It's all good. And I'll give y'all a hand for that. No sweat. We're going to put up the money. All right, keep going on there.
Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not bear false witness.
And do not steal. Of course, you're not supposed to be a thief. See what I'm saying? A lot of people I got people in my family that are thieves. I know not to set certain things around. See what I'm saying? But you know what's funny though? Thieves in my family, although I don't hear stories about them. Well, I hear certain stories about them stealing from each other. You know what I mean? Or just stealing from other people instead of the family. You know what I mean? I guess you got some thieves with some type of morals. I guess, you know what I mean? Where they don't steal from family. Right. I don't trust a thief at all. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, you can't steal and take from brothers and sisters. You can't. You know what I mean? You saw what happened with that fake Israelite group in New York. You see what I'm saying? They got Tata document. $5.3 million he embezzled off of Black and Hispanic people over the course of a couple of years, man. A couple of years. That's all it took. And the Christian church been doing that for a long time.
They say the Christian church, they give like
it ain't no damn
billion. $4 billion a year.
It's billion, damn right.
Like that's a lot of money that's going to these pastors for them to go buy them Nocowards and
a mega church.
And buy a wife, Lamborghinis.
Right.
And that money could have fixed the whole Black and Hispanic community. All that money.
And there would be no such thing as homelessness.
Right.
As far as Black and Hispanics. Right. If your light bill needs to be paid, that's not a problem. I got you. I got you, sis. Hey, that's nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's why in the I.S.U.P.K. with how the tithes work, you see what I'm saying? Like I don't know the whole rundown, but all I need to know is that my money that I work hard for and slave for is going to my nation. And I'm going to see it. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to see it with the food program. If I need some boots, if you need some boots, if you need some clothes, whatever you might need, it's gonna happen. You're gonna see it. See what I'm saying? You're not gonna see your money directly back in your hand, but you will see it on your feet, on your back. You're gonna see your crib, whether it be a house. See what I'm saying? You're gonna see those things, and that's brotherhood. Right. The Christian church is a business. It's a damn bank. That's what I call it. It's not a religion. It's not a place where you get to know God. It's just a business. And they run game on vulnerable Black and Hispanic people. See what I'm saying? All right, keep going on that. Actually,
the fraud not.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
The fraud not. Mm-hmm. Honor thy father and mother.
And what does defraud mean? Go ahead.
Basically, what the Christian church was
doing. Go ahead.
Scamming.
God.
A thief, a con artist. They ripping people off, stealing all their money, telling them they go to building fund and this type of fund and all this type of funds, and really is going into the pastor's pocket. And that's what defraud is. He's a fraud. He's a fake life, and he's using you for your money.
Right, it's a whole scam. Like you said, con artists. Right. Keep going. It says honor.
Honor thy father and mother.
Honor thy father, thy mother, and that should be self-explanatory. What does that mean? Because honor thy father, thy mother means two things. Go ahead.
Well, like when it says honor your father and your mother, that means like not only to respect them, but like when they get to a certain age, you have to, you know what I'm saying, take care of them. You know what I mean? Because like when you was a baby, they wipe your butt and raise you and fed you. So there's gonna come a point in time where they might not be able to, you know what I'm saying, take care of themselves, and you honor them by taking that responsibility on, taking care of them.
That's it. And then also, I believe it's Esdras. Esdras, don't quote me, but there's somebody else, it's another scripture out there that talks about honor thy mother, thy father, as far as like, you know, what they taught you, as far as the law goes. So that's another aspect if y'all, you know, if y'all didn't know that. Okay, keep going.
Verse 20.
Actually, go ahead, you're fine.
And he answered and said unto him, Master, all these have I observed from my youth.
So this man is now, as you said, as you see from his answer, I have observed from my youth all these things, right? So that means that he's older now.
Right.
See what I'm saying? He's not talking about himself as a dope, but he's saying as a child, I learned these things.
Right.
But read what Yahawashi told him. Look at the cut. And you know, check-ins and being cut, it's a lot of love behind it. See what I'm saying? If there's something that you don't know necessarily, you will be corrected by it. If you make a mistake, the mistake will be corrected. You see what I'm saying? So look what Yahawashi said to this person, to this man. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Then Yahawashi, beholding him, loved him, and said unto him.
And it's like, pay attention to that. When it says Yahawashi, beholding him, loved him, and said unto him, that's how you know the same spirit that Christ had, we have all the time when because anytime somebody gets checked or corrected, we still, you know, love them tomorrow or the next day, 5 minutes after. You know what I'm saying? The second after the checking, go ahead.
In order to, you know what I'm saying, check somebody, you know what I'm saying, you gotta love them because you don't want them to be out there doing wrong anyway. So
right.
The checking is basically an act of love.
It is.
You know what I mean? Because if I didn't love you, I'll let you go out and get yourself killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and that's
checking is love.
Right. And that's everybody. I mean, the people that do not love like Hispanics is like these rappers, these entertainers, you know what I mean? These people that think that they can talk amongst our lives. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of people should learn how to shut their damn mouth. Because everybody's not authorized to speak about Black and Hispanic people's problems. And actually, you know what? A lot of them are a part of it too.
Wow.
See what I'm saying? How can you talk about something that you are, you know, taking part of in the worst way? See what I'm saying? You telling me that I shouldn't be killing, but you killing.
Wow.
See what I'm saying? You ain't shooting, you ain't stabbing, but you are selling drugs. Nigga, that's killing. That's death. Well, not intentionally, you know. I mean, people can die of drugs, but you know, that's just something, you know, it's not. It's the same thing. That's why sin is always classified as the same thing. A lot of people think that there's a certain type of sin. All of it is the same. You see what I'm saying? All of it is the same. It's no different. So keep going. And let's listen to what Yahawashi said to the brother.
Then Yahawashi, beholding him, loved him, and said unto him, one thing thou lackest.
Lackest meaning one thing that you are messing up on. One thing that you are lazy in. Keep going.
Go thy way, sell whatsoever thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. And come and take up the cross and follow me. Now,
Yahawashi gave this man instructions, right? He gave him an order, a command or commandment is what that is, right? He told him, look, when you go, he said, look, go your own way. Go where all your riches are and sell it and bring it to the poor. Give it to the poor. See what I'm saying? Give back to your community in that sense. Give to the poor. And when you're done, come back and pick up your cross. What does that mean? Pick up your cross.
Basically, like, pick up your burden, because it's like, you're gonna go through hard times just by doing this work in your house shop. Is that what that means?
Yeah, it's a sacrifice because you really don't need it. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, when we do the work of the Lord, like Yahushua spoke about, I believe it's in the book of Matthew or John, when he says, you know what I mean, like, you know, there's a house prepared for you. There's a place in the kingdom that's prepared for you. You see what I'm saying? And Most High also talks about too, like, if it's not Christ, you got scriptures about the Most High when he talks about, you know, how he's going to give us, you know, things that's going to be beyond our understanding, like our imagination. You can imagine how life would be in the kingdom. See what I'm saying? What the Most High is going to have everything set up for you. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's little, you know, it's little things in the Bible, like when it talks about if this man sells these things, you have treasure in heaven. You know what I'm saying? We will be rich in the kingdom. That's proof right there, and there's many more scriptures. See what I'm saying? That the vanity of today, it means nothing. And the reason why it means nothing, it's an example to show you, like, there's a lot of things in this world that we think we need that we don't. We really don't. See what I'm saying? Give me some of that you think doesn't make any damn sense or just doesn't, I mean, the most I don't give a damn about.
So well, when I was, you know what I'm saying, a fool, I used to think I needed, you know, 20 pair of Jordans and $500 jeans. You know what I mean? And now I look upon it like I wasted a lot of money struggling just trying to impress some people that didn't give a damn about me, basically. So like that carnal way of thinking is foolishness, if you ask me. You know, somebody's thinking of me, you know, 8 cars, 10 houses. Right. You know, really they can be helping their brothers with all that.
That's right. See what I'm saying? Because, and first of all, I wouldn't even care to buy Jordans knowing that the nigga that make Jordans don't give a damn about niggas. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I mean, you know, you ain't sinning or nothing if you buy some damn Jordans, buy some Nikes or whatever. I mean, sure. Hey, a lot of people bring down on the whole thing of, well, you use the white man's technology. You say you hate the white man, but you got his whole book in your hand. You see what I'm saying? All that is ignorance, right? You see what I'm saying? Somebody created whatever. This building, a white man owns this. You see what I'm saying? I believe in one of these rooms downstairs, his name is engraved in one of the classrooms. You see what I'm saying? So what, we use it for our own benefit, right? But when it comes to doing the work of the Lord, you don't need a lot of things. You don't. See what I'm saying? What you need is your brothers and your sisters. And we have to learn how to, give me 1 second. We have to learn how to remember that and apply that in everyday life. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
No, it's like I was just gonna say, you know, the brothers be ignorant because a lot of the stuff that we use, a lot of people came up with it and created it.
That's true.
We just never got no credit for it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So to say it's the white man's technology means you kind of stupid because black people invented everything.
Yeah.
White man just put his own little twist. So after he stole it from us, he probably upgraded it a little bit, you know what I mean? But there's nothing that.
Yeah, but I use that because someone said that in class like a while ago. You see what I'm saying? I knew that shit was that, you know, ignorant. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, we done a lot. We build up America. We build up America and we are reaping no benefits at all. We are kicked to the curb and we are disrespected. We are humiliated and embarrassed all the time. See what I'm saying? And that's why I'm bringing this out too, because your average entertainer can't do what Yahushua just told this man to do. Although you're about to find out this man is not going to follow the order that Yahushua gave him. But I'm saying this to say that with this, everybody can't do this job. Everybody can't do this work. Everybody can't be a brother or a sister to this nation. See what I'm saying? That's why there are sellouts. There's traitors. See what I'm saying? I saw a post today. A brother said, I would never trust he said, never trust a black man that has more than, what do you say? more than one white friend. I said, Salaki, never trust any Black and Hispanic person that has one white friend.
Right.
Period. You know what I mean? And it wasn't trying to, you know, come at him or anything like that. It was just like, I wouldn't trust one. You know what I mean? And even if they don't got white friends intentionally, but just the whole spirit behind it. You see what I'm saying? Them loving these devils, these, you know, oppressors, I wouldn't even trust them at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't even trust, you know, I mean, there's people I know that have Asian wives, that, you know, interracial marriages, relationships, people who glorify these old, dusty, shriveled up white women. You see what I'm saying? I don't trust them either. Better yet, I don't trust them because they're in the world, period. Go ahead.
You know, Salaki, like you just said, though, it was heavy fun because, like, it's like some Jake at the job, you know, it's a couple Jakes, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up sometimes. You know, like you be, you know, me, I can't stand evil. Like, I'm all, and then, like, the reaction that they give you, like, I mean, it be kind of like a standoffish reaction.
Yeah.
And then I ask them, like, you got a white girl, don't you? They be like, yeah. That's why I'm like, you feel the energy from them, though. I don't want, like, you was actually feeling like, especially me, I can't stand these Africans. I can't stand these white people. Family get on my nerve.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I'm talking to my brother whole time. The brother got a whole white wife. You know what I mean? So he kind of, that'll make him like a little standoffish for a little second. So now I can't trust you. I can't talk to you like I really want to talk. So I just be to my lonely up in there.
Yeah, and you know, I'll be careful with that. You know, there's a way that you want to say it in a professional aspect or way. See what I'm saying? Because a lot of them be trying to argue you down. You know, like say they shy away from me. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that shyness felt like, damn, I lost a brother at the job.
So like, you know, I didn't even look at it that way. I just looked at it like, nigga, use a code.
Yeah, that too.
That's the way I look
at
it. Like,
that too.
You just white. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of them, they don't, like when I be talking, you know what I mean? And I let them know, like, man, we can't sleep with white women. Let the white man have this woman. That's the only problem that they have. Like, with anything that I come out with, they want to sleep with the heathens. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, going through the struggle with your sister, you know what I'm saying? They just want a heathen. Yeah. And then that's why the Lord say, don't make marriages with them, because now you can't choose between your people or them people, because now you want to be on their side. If war break out tomorrow, whose side you gonna pick? You don't know because you married to a heathen. Right. So it makes perfect sense why the Lord said, don't make it with them.
It's like, you know what, there's actually some other switch I want to hit, but okay, yeah, I pretty much hit those already. Actually, that's funny you say that. Grab Matthew 6:24. I'm glad that you said that. Matthew 6:24 is gonna break it down. This is gonna be YAHANNA. Once again, who is the King, the Mashiach in the Hebrew.
From the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters.
One more time.
No man can serve two masters.
And let's hear why. Go ahead.
For either he will hate the one and love the other.
One more time.
For either he will hate the one and love the other.
Either he would hate the one or love the other. And that's what's going on. That's a confusing relationship. Black and Hispanic people got the most tumultuous, dangerous type of relationship. And it's very disgusting. It's very vile in many, many ways. Because once again, like that's why Nehemiah had to put his hands on, like it actually says that Nehemiah put hands on the Jews. He fought them. You know what I'm saying? He fought them, he pulled their hair out, he wrestling with them because they decide to take on women of other nations. And the reason why he put his hands on them is because he knew that they knew better, but they did wrong. They did the opposite of what they were supposed to do. They knew the law. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to smite or to kill someone that doesn't know. You got to teach them. See what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, what are you doing? And the reason why he made an example, he said, your kids are going to grow up and, you know, they are going to know the language of Hebrew and Ashdod. Like they are going to have confusion between the two. Meaning, should I be more drawn to this culture of mine or my mother's culture? Right. You see what I'm saying? And I see brothers like that all the time. It's this one dude at the job. It's the one brother at the job. I think he quit or something happened. I don't know. But I kept looking at him. I was like, man, I was like, he seems so white. But I'm like, I believe that's a brother right there. So I'm questioning him down. And then he was like, what do you think I am? And, you know, I kept it all, you know, I kept it simple. I was like, you see, I was like, maybe black or white. You know what I mean? And then he was like, yeah, he's like, it's funny you said that because a lot of people think I'm a kind of Mexican or something. And I was like, I can see why people would say that, but I was like, I think you're black or white. He was like, yeah. So he was like, I was like, so who's black and who's white? He was like, my father is black and my mother is like Italian and German or whatever. But he takes on the whole spirit of his mother. Right. And it's so disgusting. See, I said, it's so disgusting. I'm just like, dang, you know what I mean? And he's pretty cool, you know what I mean? He got a few screws that need to be screwed in, but besides that, he's pretty decent, you know what I mean, at the job. So I was just thinking, I'm just like, it's crazy, man. I was like, I don't know why black men desire other women outside their nation. It's nasty. It's very disgusting. You know what, too? A lot of them are weak. All of them are so weak and it's so disgusting. Man. Go ahead.
What you said was right because the first thing that they say is they don't want to deal with the black woman's mouth or she mean and he don't got time to be arguing and fighting with. No, that's just a sign of weakness because you will take this dog who shit can wake up any morning and call the police on your ass, say you beat her, and go to 20 years instead of dealing with your own woman. You know what I mean? Shit, I like to argue and fight with them. I don't mind that shit. I love that shit. That shit gets like, somebody got to be wrong. I'm trying to win this argument. That's a need on. So I ain't never had no problem with, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with my women, you know what I'm saying? I love my women, but a lot of these dudes, like you say, and shit, they just weak.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times, I mean, it could definitely get overwhelming, but I mean, if you got a real man to handle a sister, I mean, the only way she's gonna be Tawad is if a real man is in the house. Simple as that. And you know, a black woman, you know what I mean, does something to a man. Black and Hispanic, Native American women, they do something to a man to where like they feel masculine. See what I'm saying? You know, and the whole spirit behind it, it's just the Most High. It's all I can say. You know what I mean? But being with a white woman, you got Kanye West, you got Tiger Woods, who else? You got Martin Luther King.
It's a lot.
Go ahead.
Every one of them rich bastards got them white wife.
It's crazy.
All of them.
It's crazy.
So they get successful, they go get them a white dog. And I don't know why they get the ugliest white dog ever. They don't even get a nice looking heathen. They get the ugliest white dog they can find.
Right.
It is so disgusting. Like
right. A lot of people talk about Kim Kardashian. I'm just like that's disgusting. And Kylie Jenner, don't get me started. Every time I see her, I see the white girl with the small lips.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? Who had no waist. She didn't have anything. But you know what? You know why she looked like what she looked like? It's because she was influenced by the look of black women.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? Black, Hispanic, Native American women. You see what I'm saying? And the Most High blessed them. And the fact, and also she got money. See what I'm saying? They always get called out for cultural appropriation with the braids and how they look and certain stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? And then it's this one sister out there in the rap game. I forget her name. She knew, but although she has a lot of money, a lot of people was like, "Why don't you take some of that money and fix it the way that she looked?" And she's like, "No, I'm comfortable with the way I look. I'm a skinny little thing or whatever. I ain't got too much, but I still like myself. I enjoy how I look.
Right.
And that was beautiful to hear that sister say that. Because you don't get that a lot. A lot of black women have self-hatred.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And you see, you know, white women, they definitely got it.
Right.
These white women look like you and be you.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And these white boys too.
Right.
See what I'm saying? I hate it because, you know, white girl want to be sister. And she can.
Right.
She can. Salaki. She can. You know what I mean? Right. So the point is, read that one more time though.
Okay.
So like, what kind of sidebar?
Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters.
Say it again.
No man can serve two masters.
No man can serve two masters. And here's why.
For either he will hate the one and love the other.
Either you will hate the one or you want to love the other. So you have to make a decision. Who are you going to love and who are you going to hate?
Right.
Are you going to serve one master or two?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Are you going to love your people or are you going to try to love both? Because you can't.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Your love only belongs to your nation.
Right.
Your love cannot expand for all nations. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's like having some type of weird open relationship is how I see it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You don't have options. You know, they say, oh, you can love whoever, you know, you love whoever you love. That's not true. And I tell people this all the time. I had somebody look at me so crazy after slavery. Because I was like, what you say? And she was like, you can't help who you love. I'm like, you know, I was like, it's very funny that you say that. Because pedophiles say that.
Right.
Christians say that. And I'm just like, so what did he say about that? And she damn near stuttered and she was quiet. She was like, damn, you got a point. I was like, yeah. I was like, sis, you should probably stop saying that. You should probably stop. And also how you know that Black and Hispanic people, like when they get into those type of relationships, you can see the hatred. You can see the oppression. Like I still see niggas oppressed when they got them a white girl.
So like not just that, but they begin to hate Black people more.
There you go. There you go.
As soon as they get them in here,
there you go.
Get the hate the Black, like they already got a self-hatred thing going on.
Between themselves.
Exactly.
But as far as their people, hell yeah.
They hate their people even more.
Yeah. And you know what? And you know, shout out to the sisters that disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? There are actually Black sisters out there that actually think like that's disgusting. That's wrong. You don't hear a lot of sisters speak up against that. See what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, and shout out to the sisters as well that get them a man that is of their own nation.
Right.
I don't see this a lot, but I saw a sister with a Native American brother. I'm like, damn, I don't see that a lot.
Right.
I was like, wow. And then what's the other one? I really do not see, honestly, truth be told, if we probably went to Cali, we'll see this all day, every day. I don't see a lot of Judites with Ephraimites. I know a few in Minnesota. Go ahead.
Like in Chicago, like
really?
Yeah, Chicago, a lot of, especially Ephraim and Judah.
Yeah, see,
they in the same, you know, north side Chicago, they in the same neighborhood. So it depends on what city you're in, like you said.
Yeah.
But now that when you said about the Native brother, though, I remember a couple of weeks ago when I was at slavery for my lunch break, and I went to KFC. I seen a sister with a Native brother. I looked down like, and I never seen that too often. So yeah, you know, I was just happy it wasn't the goddamn white.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
you know what I'm saying? Right. I think one of the brothers' wives in Minnesota has a Gadite wife. Yeah. Damn. I'm gonna double check before I quote that. Cause I like to give him a shout out. Go ahead.
You got the brother leaving their wife, like Michael Jordan, gonna leave his wife. She needs it too. I need it. Leave his wife.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You said Juanita?
Juanita,
yeah. I mean, I saw OJ left his whole family. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he had him a good sister. You see what I'm saying? But he left for that white woman. And once again, Kanye. What's that song you always quoted?
That's for a white girl.
Right, see what I'm saying? And the nigga did it.
He did
And he did it. See what I'm saying? That's sad, man. It's disgusting. So drop that, get get Titus 1 and 10. Yeah, Titus is a book that you probably haven't seen yet, huh?
It's one of those small books too.
It is a small book, yep. Yep, Titus 1 and 10. Yep. Titus is going to get straight to the point of what needs to happen to these so-called people that open up their mouths, talking about what should be done, how things should be done within the Black community. But really, this is what should happen. Go ahead and read.
The book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 10.
Actually, Salaki, pass that to Aaron. Aaron,
I'm going to read that poem or read the book.
I'd rather have you read out the Bible, if you don't mind. Do I?
Titus, chapter 1, what did it say?
1 and 10. Yep, 1 and 10.
Titus chapter 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
Read that one more time.
For there are many unruly and vain talkers.
Unruly.
But there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
Vain talkers and deceivers. Give me a face for that scripture. Give me a face, meaning give me a person besides the names that we mentioned today.
T.D. Jakes.
T.D. Jakes, right?
Creflo Dollar.
Creflo Dollar, no sure.
Al Sharpton.
There you go.
Jesse Jackson.
You know it.
D.L. Hughley, the whole Kemet, all of them that's be talking that BS.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Breakfast Club.
Oh my God, Charlamagne.
Charlamagne the God. I can't stand that. Like every time he talk, man, I get headaches, boy. I mean, I grab the Tylenol real quick. That man be speaking garbage. You see what I'm saying? He say the worst things, and he thinks he's such an activist. You know what I mean? And it's sad though because they think like they entitled to say something when they ain't putting in no work. See what I'm saying? They ain't putting in no work. And actually, when he talks, it's just like, nigga, what is you doing? All you doing is sitting down behind the radio show. You want to say something?
Like every time he talks, it's like he discredit the Black community.
Always. You see what I'm saying? Like when he gives Black man donkey of the day, he be saying some hateful things. I'm just like, damn, like you bring a nigga soul down, you know, like you bring that nigga soul down. Like you really just disrespected this man. I know the nigga that robbed the bank or something like that, but you made it seem like you hate this man. You see what I'm saying? Like every time I hear him speak, I just be like, garbage, man. You know what I mean? I watch it just keep up with things that's going on. You know what I mean? But with that scripture though, read it one more time. And I'm gonna give you a great traitor of the Black community.
Verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
Now that's going to be Martin Luther King, right? I bring him up because he ruined the true thing that Black and Hispanic people have, which is love for each other. See what I'm saying? He's part of that damage. Why I use him is because he's very great and famous. I want to destroy very much what he built. See what I'm saying? For so-called Black and Hispanic people. You know what I mean? For Black people. I'll say all the tribes is Black. You know what I mean? By him opening up his mouth and saying that he had a dream, which he didn't have no damn dream. See what I'm saying? It was false and a lie, and he plagiarized that from a Black Christian. But more than anything, he used these words to get Black and Hispanic people together with the oppressor enemy, which was the wrong thing to do. You see what I'm saying? In that case, we depend on them, but they don't depend on us. So that means that we lose everything because the white people ain't giving back. So like the oppressor ain't giving back to what we got going on, our businesses. So we are going to lose because we merged. Although we merged them, they ain't going to be in our hospitals. They're not going to be in our restaurants. You see what I'm saying? You don't invite, like, what is a snake's enemy? I mean, yeah, what's a snake's enemy?
What is a snake's enemy?
I mean, what are what runs when snakes come around? Rats, right? So would a rat invite a damn snake into their bar? into their home? I don't think so. That's the wrong thing to do. And the fact that when we have so-called black leaders that say that they are for the people, that they are trying to fix this and fix that, you know, it's so funny, they always hype us up. The whole thing about Cardi B and was it Joe Biden? No, Bernie Sanders. Bernie
Sanders, yeah.
Bernie Sanders, Sanders and Cardi B. A lot of people's like, yeah, like she's more than a rapper. She's more than just a stripper.
Right.
She's an activist for black people. Get the hell out of here. I want to break my phone. I want to break my phone. Because I'm like, she's an activist, huh? And I'm just like, y'all hyping this woman up because she's famous. She's rich. She has all this money and everybody loves her. The whole world loves Cardi B. And just because she speaks a couple of things, she's an activist. You got to put in work.
Right.
You got to put in years of work. That's 5 minutes over there. That 5 minutes of talking is what she's been doing all this time. See what I'm saying? That's horrible, man. She don't love black people like she says she does. She can talk about black problems and this and that, but at the same time, if you truly love black and Hispanic people, you would be in these classes. All your little followers and stuff like that are Israel, you tell them to come to class, fix their life. Now she's coming out with a movie called, I think it's called Pose or something like that, where it's just a point of view of a stripper making it in the strip club game. Angela Bassett is in there. There's one sister I used to listen to all the time. That's dope. Her name is Justine Scott. Disgusting. I believe, and then it's a whole lot of other famous, movie stars that we see that play big female roles. It's a point of view of a stripper's life, and everybody has been just glorifying the shit out of it ever since. Disgusting, man. What does the Bible say about whores?
It should be put to death. It should be stoned.
No, I think some are witches.
And some of the daughters of Zion shouldn't be involved in war, something like that.
You close, but I'd rather you grab the scripture. Go ahead.
When you saying should be no wars of the daughters of Zion.
There should be no wars amongst the daughters of Israel.
Right.
See what I'm saying? There should be no wars. And we know what a whore is because it gives us the description in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Someone that has that's something about a haughty spirit or a haughty look with the eyelids. See what I'm saying? There is a description of what a whore looks like. See what I'm saying? It's not always just the look, it can be the spirit too. See what I'm saying? But these women that call themselves, activists, they call themselves, they for black, for sisters and all that shit in the entertainment world, a lot of them are just whores. A lot of them hate black and Hispanics. And I'm surprised she even got a black man, Quavo. Is it Quavo Offset? Offset? It's Offset, right? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I'm surprised because some of these sisters is taking dogs, like Serena Williams.
Wow.
Go ahead.
I just read a little article about Serena. Like she went to Africa and started building.
Yep, I just saw it yesterday.
And
I saw that. I just kept scrolling like, oh hell.
It's kind of irritating because, damn, you from Compton. Why you ain't building school in Compton?
Man, and they suffering over there. We suffering.
Why ain't nobody giving them people in Michigan water? Right. Y'all fly y'all up there all the way across the whole world to go feed some ugly motherfuckers. Build schools and you can't even have your own people where you from. What about your neighborhood?
Same thing with Jay-Z. There's something coming out where he walked with Africa. You know what I'm talking about, sis? He walked with Africa and he paid the light bills or something like that, energy, water or something like that. Same thing that everybody has done. All these black people. Go ahead.
It's a lot of real. And what kills me about it though, Africa rich.
Mm-hmm. Africa is rich.
They got money over there. People don't need your help. And they tell you this all the time. They don't need your help.
Salaki, go ahead. I want to say something after she said.
What he said, like, not only are they rich, but they people come over here, get our money and send it back over there.
Right.
Like they have the, they have the opportunity to travel,
Right.
go open up businesses and send the money back to their people.
Right.
And that's very true. And I'll give you an example. It's this dude, I've been taking lifts and stuff at work, you know what I mean? That bus be kind of dead sometimes. But I took a lift one day, like last week, and I met this African dude. His name was David. And I mean, he's probably the only African that didn't have flies in his car. And I'm not exaggerating. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't joking around. I don't know what it is, but a lot of these Africans attract flies. And they smell, man. They smell. You know what I mean? So, right. So, this African, I didn't know if he was a brother or not. He kind of looks like a brother, but I kind of tested him like, I think this is African. You know what I mean? So he's telling me that he's from Africa, blah, 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 but he's been in Minnesota since he was like 8 years old, 7 years old. So he's pretty much colonized. Right. You see what I'm saying, in America. But what he said was that was so true and so right on point. He has so much history about, Africa or whatever. He was telling me, I was like, well, why do you think it's that, they be talking about these places called Ghana and all these tourists be over there in Ghana, Uganda, all the poor places, but really Africa is really rich. And he was like, yeah, he said Africa is filthy rich. And he was just like, all that is just simply a scam that they do. And he was right on board because he knew what the hell I was talking about. See what I'm saying? And he also said that, what I mean, you got certain people that are in those poor places that's taking all the money. And he says a lot of robbery and a lot of killing going on. He said my father actually works. He said he got his own business over there. In somewhere in Africa, in a poor place. There's a business in a poor place, right? And it's robbing and stealing. He said my dad called me all the time, telling me that he keeps an extra $500. Man, a Lyft driver, the African told me that even in America, he keeps $500 in his glove compartment because just in case his life is not taken, you know what I mean? Someone try to rob him. And he said, he was telling me everything that goes on in there. And I'm just like, look, this whole Nigerian nigga will tell you. It's like, Nigerian nigga. It's like, you know what I mean? This African would tell you. You know what I mean? He would tell you the truth when everybody else is like, oh, it's such a great place. We're trying to raise up money. How many years have we been trying to raise up money for Ghana? It doesn't make any sense. And niggas are so worried about Africa, but they're not worried about their own people. Right. And that's important. Nigga, we all suffering, right? We are suffering in Minneapolis. How do we know? We got young niggas in the middle of us doing camp speakings. This nigga selling drugs. They don't go to this corner because there's a police pole that monitors that whole so-called corner, right? By the train station. But down here, niggas is selling drugs back and forth. Anytime I see, I already know. I was never in the streets, but I know enough, to know that if you see a couple of the same niggas that's just walking back and forth, same people, up and down, they selling drugs. They selling something. See what I'm saying? We are suffering. They got to keep their lights on. They got to keep their child. But if they had the true love, the brotherhood, if they had brothers like Jay-Z and stuff like that was real leaders, see what I'm saying, that was in the U.P.K, doing the work of the Lord, there won't be no drugs on our street corners. There won't be no murdering. There won't be no grown man shooting a 16-year-old. That should be impossible. It should never happen. That's why we doing this work in the most sloppy. We doing this work in the U.P.K. See what I'm saying? That's why our position is very needed. It's very important, and we have a job to do. All right. Keep going on that action. So read it one more time. So like, how I'm sidebar. Sathar, you gotta stop me. You said what?
I'll be liking
it. God. That's good. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
Right, and that's many people who speak great lies and give you signs and wonders. I mean, not signs and wonders, but more. They just give you a boost of energy, like, man, like that's of God, because he made my flesh just feel, what's the word? He got me feeling some type of way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? In the Christian church, you are all emotional.
Right.
Everybody is emotional in the Christian church. All they do is just, give you a story, a song that you love so much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we listen to music, because music makes us feel type of way. If you got a nigga listening to gangster music, he ready to set shit up. he ready to commit a robbery, a murder, and that's not him. You see what I'm saying? You are depressed, you listen to nothing but depressing music. Now you crying more than usual.
Right.
Yeah, I thought you were just fine. See what I'm saying? That's the Christian church. It is just, it's horrible, man. And you got people that speak things that, a lot of people think that wisdom, I mean, it's true if you feel it, if it touches all five senses. What's that right? Yeah, look, come on. You see what I'm saying? Whatever it is, but you get the point. You know what I mean? A lot of times, that's why people, what's that thing, the chakras. A lot of people love that because they say, ooh, this rock helps with anxiety. This one helps with depression. This one makes me feel better in the morning. This one helps with, when I'm angry. All that stuff is not spiritual.
Right.
It is false, it's vain, and it is destructive. Just like the things that you can say to somebody. These black leaders are destructive. That's why they are the unruly, vain talkers. The people that speak with deceit in their heart. And that was very much Jesse Jackson, very much Martin Luther King, and I.S.U.P.K today. So keep going.
Especially the day of the circumcision.
Actually, you want to read that louder.
Especially the day of the circumcision.
Y'all know what the circumcision is, right? It's not the physical circumcision. Go ahead.
Well, it's talking about the circumcision of mind.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
Say it again.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
Just a little louder.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
Now, these people that speak all these vain things, their mouths must be stopped. It's going to tell you why. Keep going.
Who subvert whole houses. Someone
look up the word subvert. SUBVERT. Is that correct, Doc? Subvert whole houses. Yeah, I'll let you do this. Can you read it one more time, Mark?
She said SUBVET.
Verse 11.
ERT.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
Whose mouths must be stopped. Keep going.
Who subvert whole houses.
Who subvert whole houses. Go ahead, Go ahead.
Subvert. Undermine the power and authority of.
One more time.
Undermine the power and authority of.
Now, where do you think I'm going with this? Dan Sathar? Go ahead.
So lock in the Christian church, the pastors in the Christian church.
Amen. Here you go. Wow. You see what I'm saying? And now give me a more formal example of that.
So like they basically, you know what I'm saying, tell our women that they don't, you know what I'm saying, have to listen to the man, and kick the man out the house. Woman, you loose, thou loose, and all that other stuff. They undermine everything, you know what I'm saying,
right,
that goes with the Bible. They undermine your authority. They try to take away the power from us. You know what I mean? And they flip everything upside down, basically.
Damn right. You see what I'm saying? Because they open up their mouths and say, if he ain't got a job, kick him out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? What else do these damn Christians be saying? These Christians say a lot of destructive things, man.
You can leave them if you want to.
Right.
All type of disgusting things.
You're right. You see what I'm saying?
Call the police on them. You don't need no man. All that other disgusting stuff.
The main thing, come as you are.
Come as you.
well, that is in the Bible. You know that, right?
Come as you are, homosexual, church, all
that. Right.
Go ahead.
It's a lot of sense.
What he's saying is like, they not like come as you are, but then change. It's like come as you are, you
And
stay that way.
you stay that way.
Right.
You stay that way. She's right. Go ahead.
And then they got women dressing like boys. The pastor want to sleep with all of them.
Touching all of them.
Touching on them. They molesting everybody, kid. You know what I mean? They just got everything flipped upside down.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, just simply understanding, like, so yeah, throughout it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like that, huh? So, with that being said, just read that one more time.
Verse 11. Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses.
Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses. Because based on what these Christians say and what these so-called black leaders say, it can destroy a powerful household.
Right.
Now, a household is whole when everything is in order, right?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know how they always say like a whole apple, a whole orange, or half. Like, you know, understand this. If you have that thing that's powerful for the household that's taken out, that's not going to be a whole house. It's going to be destroyed. The foundation is not going to be able to hold the house up because the foundation is missing. And what is that foundation?
The law, statutes, and commandments.
Now, who is the one that's supposed to teach the law, statutes, and commandments?
The man's supposed to be the head of the house.
The man's supposed to be the head of the house, and that's really what I want to hear. You see what I'm saying? Without that man in the household who is running things properly, that household is going to be destroyed. Now, there are going to be men in the household, but the house is still going to be destroyed. It's going to be crumbling down. You know why? Because that man is influenced by that deceit that someone told him. Go ahead.
So that's why the scriptures say, no man can enter a strong man's house unless he binds the strong man.
Man, give him a hand. There you go. That's why I think that man. There you go. And just for the time's sake, I'm gonna piggyback off of that because how you do that is you weaken that man. And give me ways that men are weakened in this world. Black men, Hispanic and Native American. Go ahead.
First thing is they weakened by a lot of these drugs, the drug addictions, all these different religions and philosophies. You know, for the love of the money, they'll sell out for the money. It's a lot of things.
Go ahead.
They're not able to get jobs to support their family.
Say it again.
They're not able to get proper jobs to support their family.
Because felonies, you know what I mean? They being falsely accused. And these crimes are the same crimes the white man is doing. Somehow the white man could get a job, but it's like the oppressor. The oppressor got to, get the job. He gets it. But the black man, it's harder for him. Go ahead.
Like the sister was saying, basically saying because our oppressor is the devil, Bible speaks of. He's the main reason why.
And you're damn right.
We struggling out here.
You're damn right.
Push the drugs in our community.
Right.
He wants that's in control that we can get a job, not, and then the second is our so-called black leadership. They ain't nothing but a whole bunch of sellout. You got their head stuck up white man, but willing to sell us out for a couple dollars.
Right.
So we that leads to depression, drug abuse,
suicide,
alcoholism, and suicide,
everything. You see what I'm saying? And the white man, it's like the oppressor knows what he's doing. He knows how to weaken a black man. He knows how to weaken a Hispanic. You see what I'm saying? But you have to strengthen yourself. And even these sisters, man, when they ain't got the man in the household, they become out of order. The children lose their mind. The children had to now be the man of the house.
Right.
But being a man in the house in the world today is you got to run the streets.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You got sometimes where the mother is oppressing the son, telling him or the daughter, if you don't do this to get that money, get this, you can't come back here. Go ahead.
It's a lot of the main thing, like I was short back in the day, you got the fag, you scared to come out with that big shit. Now, the fags, flamboyant now, they used to be like that when I was little short.
You said the what? Homosexual, okay. That's what. No, I didn't hear what you said at first. Yeah, you're right.
Big deal, you know what I'm saying? The shorty on TV, cartoons, on gay shit, all types of shit.
Yeah, it's always homosexual. Yeah, and that's a white man's tactic. It's like it's normal now.
Right.
Since the things that was once classified as abnormal, it's now normal. It's like it's the way of life. See what I'm saying? Like you know, me study psychology a little bit. I mean, I learned in school like in psychology, like what's that shit called? It's called the DSM. I forget what it stands for, but it's pretty much it diagnoses all the mental disorders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And homosexuality is underneath that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't know that. I believe since 1942, something like that, it's been classified as a mental disorder, but then later on, they took it out. There's an article somewhere that talks about how they took certain things out. See what I'm saying? That, you know, that's not classified as a mental disorder. You know what I mean? Man, it's so much stuff in there that would blow your mind. You see what I'm saying? Even bipolar issues is classified as a mental disorder. You got mental disorders and mental illnesses. You see what I'm saying? Which is a big difference. But that was abnormal. Now the fact that this person can be a homosexual and live their life glorious and lavish and all that weird stuff, right? You see what I'm saying? It just shows you what type of place we live in. And we are living in the last days, man. These homosexuals are bold.
Yeah.
They're absolutely bold, and they don't give a damn. It's like it makes me want to be more masculine in my masculinity. You see what I'm saying? That's how it should be for every man and every woman. Like even these sisters, you know what I mean, who are feminine. See what I'm saying? Like even they have to step up their game as a woman, because you got another group of women who think they are men.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's so confusing. Go ahead.
What I was gonna say was, they not only is they very bold now, but they make it hard for us as a men, like, because you can't say nothing to them, you can't touch them, you can't beat them up, you can't do nothing, or they label you with like that's like a hate crime, basically.
Right.
Big jail time for
right.
Even, and then like you say, they so flamboyant. These might walk up to you, try to holler at you and all type of stuff.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Look, let me tell you something. Right? Goddamn. General Muhammad brought this out not too long ago when he said that a brother had called him and told him that this dyke tried to take his wife.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, damn, I'm watching Claus. I'm like, what? I'm like, damn, like trying to grab the little crotch area. Really ain't no damn crotch area.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ain't no ride down there.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Trying to, you know, step up and told the brother, man, hey, let her speak for herself.
Right.
I'm like, and the brother finna throw hands. But he like, hold on, you a woman. But look, you better step back. You know what I mean? You better step back. Back your ass up. Because this is my wife right here. She cool. See what I'm saying? She ain't gay. She's not no homosexual. She loves men. See what I'm saying? She's with a real nigga right here. You see what I'm saying? Are you out of your mind? Look, man, I'm telling you, it's like I'm trying not to lie because it's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Like, people be bugging out here in the streets, man. Like, we have to fix this, man. Like we have to promote, you know what I mean, the masculinity, the femininity. We have to promote, you know, the real, true purpose that we have in this earth. You know what I mean? And when brothers and sisters can work together, that's amazing. I mean, it's great when a man has a woman in the household with him. It makes everything better. It makes everything better. The fact that when one or the other is not fighting up against each other, it makes things wonderful. For example, when you don't have a sister that thinks that she's a man, I'll take that sister. You got a man that don't think that he's a woman, he's not so emotional, he's not so beat down by this world. See what I'm saying? He's not a coon, and he really want to change his life around, I'll take that man. See what I'm saying? That would be my brother. that would be my sister. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be my kindred. That's going to be my family. Because we can work together. We can look at what is reality. What does the Lord want? What do we need to do to fix our nation? Okay, first things first, we write on paper. We conversate. We say we can't be homosexuals, can't be drug addicts, we can't be gossipers, we can't be thieves anymore. We have to protect each other, because when we do not protect each other, what's going to happen? In a nutshell, we're going to die. And we are going to be hurt every time by the homosexuality, by the drugs, by, being a target of the white man. Now we fighting our woman when you're not supposed to put your hands on your woman. A woman's not supposed to put your hands on you either. See what I'm saying? Now we end up in jail. Now we're being falsely accused. It's going to happen. But that's why we're here to fix it. All right, so with that being said, that's class. All right. Most High Christ.
Good class, Anwar.
Hey, go out go to Most High. To be honest with you, every time I come to class too, right?